We are starting this bulletin with the most shameful sort of double standards that have been exhibited by the Akali Dal government in Punjab. It is indulging in seeking clemency for a convicted terrorist, but seem to have forgotten what they themselves said about Devinder Pal Singh Bhullar not too long ago. Today morning, the Badals, who lead the government in Punjab, met the Prime Minister seeking clemency for Bhullar, who has been convicted of carrying out a bomb attack in Delhi that left 9 people dead. Today, the Badals claim that Bhullar is a hapless victim and deserves mercy. First, listen in to the Chief Minister of Punjab before we expose his two-facedness to you. Now we get to the affidavit that exposes the Badals' hypocrisy. In 2009, the Punjab government had filed an affidavit in court in a case related to the disappearance of 3 people. The case was against senior Punjab cop Sumed Singh Saini, and 2 of the people who had disappeared were related to Bhullar. At that time, look at the choice of words for Bhullar. He is first called a terrorist in an affidavit filed by the government itself. Then it goes on to call Bhullar a hardcore and experienced criminal. Now it seems that the Badals and their government have suddenly changed their mind. And that brings us to ask, does Bhullar deserve mercy? Those arguing in favor have said that he has suffered long enough, having been on death row for a decade. Also offered as a reason is his supposed mental illness. The Chief Minister, though, played the masterstroke of saying that his hanging could lead to a law and order problem across the country, but people shooting down this demand if the same argument could not have applied to Afzal Guru. They also ask, why should Bhullar be shown mercy when he clearly did not exhibit any of it? Alright, joining us now, in fact, is Manaman Singh China, who has exclusively accessed that affidavit that was filed by the Punjab government in 2009. Manaman, explain to us exactly what has changed between 2009 and 2013, which has made the Badal government do this about turn.
Well, it is quite inexplicable, Padmaja. It leaves one flummoxed as to what exactly has changed, as you have rightly put. Because if in 2009, Devinder Pal Singh Bhullar was a dreaded terrorist, and those many words which have been mentioned about him in the affidavit, if they are true, then what has suddenly changed, brought about this change in the thinking of the Akali Dal, to the extent that they could go to the Prime Minister and the Home Minister to ask for clemency, and mobilizing the radical opinion in Punjab. March is scheduled now to take place on the 18th, where all the radical elements are getting together. It is quite inexplicable, but really one can't put a finger to it.
In fact, Manaman, what the Badals have done today is open the tap, as it were, for other people to to jump onto the bandwagon and start demanding clemency. The least they could have done is at least speak out and say that Bhullar deserves what he has got, and try and make other people also pipe down.
Very true, Padmaja. And if the Badals were to go about on a legal point of order, if they were to find out the lacuna in the Supreme Court judgment or the decision given by the President on law points, that would also be understood. But to make a generalized statement that the law and order situation not only in Punjab but the entire country would suffer because this person would be hanged, that is something which is really not palatable, because as the head of the state government in Punjab, Prakash Singh Badal, and his son, the Deputy Chief Minister, Sukhbir Badal, they are responsible to ensure that nothing of this sort, no deterioration of law and order takes place. This is like abdicating their position in order to seek clemency for a terrorist.
Absolutely. In fact, also joining us now is Associate Editor Atir Khan. Atir, what more details are you picking up about what happened in the meeting between the Badals and the Prime Minister? I apologize. In fact, it is Atish Srivastav who joins us now on that story. Atish, all this while, the BJP has said that India should not be construed as a soft state. But what their allies in Punjab, the Akalis, are doing is asking for exactly that, to pardon a criminal, a convicted terrorist, only so that law and order is not affected.
BJP has accepted that there is difference, but on this particular issue, Akali has to do a local politics, which is very important for Akalis, and that is why they're completely backing Devinder Singh Bhullar, and they're saying that there should be pardon which should be given to Devinder Singh Bhullar because he is not mentally fit. Then he has spent lots of time in the prison, and there was no evidence against him. He should be given one more chance. There should be papers which should be gone through again. So obviously Akali Dal did meet Prime Minister, both Sukhbir Singh Badal and Prakash Singh Badal, Chief Minister of Punjab. They did meet Prime Minister. They approached him just to seek pardon for Devinder Singh Bhullar, because this is a golden opportunity which they sense that they can come out with a party who's doing most for the welfare of Sikhs and for the protection of Sikhs, and they cannot, which they have actually, they cannot come and say that this law and order situation of Punjab will go out of hand if Devinder Singh Bhullar is hanged. So obviously they are the ones who are responsible for controlling law and order. They are the ones who are who are responsible for having peace in the state. So they cannot come to Prime Minister and Home Minister and plead that you leave this terrorist who has been convicted by Supreme Court, and Supreme Court even day before yesterday clearly said that there should be no pardon should be given to Devinder Singh Bhullar. He should be hanged. Despite that, Chief Minister of Punjab coming out in open and saying that the pardon should be given to Devinder Singh Bhullar.
Manuman, you've been speaking to a number of leaders within the Akali Dal. Do they have anything to say about the fact that if the Akalis are going to put forward the excuse of law and order being disturbed in Punjab because of Bhullar's hanging, chief ministers across the country could give the same excuse for people on the death row from their respective states, a case in point being Rajiv Gandhi's assassins from Tamil Nadu?
Yes, indeed, and it could have a cascading effect across the states, particularly in Tamil Nadu, where the next such case is bound to take place of hanging. But then the senior Akali leaders are more concerned about the vote bank politics. Let us not forget that the general elections are around the corner, so to speak, and Akali Dal is looking forward to consolidate their lead in Punjab. They have a virtual majority in the Punjab Assembly, and they now want to ensure that in the coming elections they have clean sweep and they rout the Congress, and they are using this method in order to gain political brownie points.
Atish, has the Badal government set any sort of deadline for the centre in deciding on the Bhullar plea?
They haven't set any deadline, but they're pleading really hard. They realize that, Manaman also pointing out that this entire issue has lots of political potential in it, and that is why you've seen aggressive move by Punjab Chief Minister Prakash Singh Badal and Deputy Chief Minister Sukhbir Singh Badal. In fact, when we spoke to Bhullar's wife, she also said that she will go and appeal to Chief Minister, and Chief Minister assured her that they will go and meet Prime Minister and would like to put Devinder Singh Bhullar's hanging on hold. This is nothing but political gimmick which is going on. BJP is on a different track because BJP has been saying so far that terrorists should not be spared. If there is a case against them, then harshest action should be taken, someone who's involved in anti-Indian activities. But Akali Dal, not for the first time they've differed from BJP, they've differed from BJP even before. So this is something which they realize which will make them into a much stronger party and much likable party amongst the Sikh community, and that is why they are here, both father and son, they are here, they are meeting Prime Minister, they did meet Prime Minister, they did meet Home Minister regarding pardon to Devinder Singh Bhullar.
Alright, in fact, also joining us on the phone line from Chandigarh is Utsav Bains. He is a lawyer and a social activist. It's ironic, Utsav, that the Punjab government is pleading the cause of law and order being disturbed with the centre when they want mercy for Devinder Pal Singh Bhullar. They want his death sentence commuted to life. But what the government is doing essentially is subverting justice itself. The court has decided that Devinder Pal Singh Bhullar should hang, and the Badals are coming in the way.
Some terrorist has planted a bomb and which has taken away innocent life. That man deserves no mercy, and he should be hanged if he has done the wrong. But at the same point of time, even Devinder Pal Singh Bhullar's family members were killed in fake encounters. They disappeared, but the Supreme Court in that matter did not even let the investigations complete. The CBI had registered the cases, but the investigation was stalled. So if justice has to be done to the innocent people which lost lives because of what Devinder Pal Singh Bhullar did, but at the same point of time, why Devinder Pal Singh Bhullar became a terrorist has to also be investigated. There has to be justice for both the sides. Devinder Pal Singh Bhullar became a terrorist because his innocent family members were killed by someone in Punjab police, and he wanted to seek revenge because the justice system in India failed to give him justice. The other side of story has been completely forgotten.
No, it hasn't. It hasn't, as a matter of fact, but that is a separate case altogether. One cannot confuse and conflate the two.
It is a clear case where he should be hanged. I'm not saying that you should condone or pardon someone who commits a dastardly terrorist act, but at the same point of time, you have to give justice to everyone. There has to be an equal yardstick. By no canon of logic, by no yardstick, is an act of terror pardonable, or you cannot condone that. You have to hang a man if Supreme Court holds that he is guilty of committing a terror.
I'm sorry, Utsav, I'll just interrupt you for a moment, because former Punjab DGP KPS Gill, who was instrumental in crushing the terrorism, the insurgency in Punjab, joins us now on the phone line. Mr. Gill, how do you look at the attempts that are being made currently by the Akali Dal BJP government in Punjab to try and have the death sentence of Devinder Pal Singh Bhullar commuted to life?
Well, I think the Supreme Court has already decided, and there's no option left. And I think that if we condone acts of terror and suddenly become merciful, it's going to be a difficult situation. We have to meet terror with the, shall we say, the very strictly, and no leniency has to be shown to terrorists.
But Mr. Gill, when you say that there is no other option, that is exactly what the Punjab government is trying to do, create other options. They did in the case of Balwant Singh Rajona, where they passed a unanimous resolution saying that he should not be hanged, despite the fact that his conviction had been upheld. And now they're repeating that tactic with Bhullar as well.
Yeah, I know. That's happening because there's a misconception in Punjab that condoning terror will bring them some votes or get them, that there is a constituency which is a little vote bank, which will be of help to them. But that is total misconception.
Absolutely. It's shameless vote bank politics. A final question to you, Mr. Gill, before I go across to former Army Vice Chief General Raj Kadyan. Mr. Gill, what do you have to say about this affidavit that the Punjab government itself filed in 2009 regarding the case of two relatives of Bhullar disappearing, where they had called Devinder Pal Singh Bhullar a hardcore terrorist, and they have done a complete volte-face 5 years later? All right, we seem to have lost that line with KPS Gill. General Kadyan, as a former Army Vice Chief and someone who has experience in tackling insurgencies, how do you view the step of the Punjab government on a number of occasions trying to shield terrorists from where the law has put them?
Without going into the specifics of this case, what I want to highlight is that the biggest problem that India is facing today, in fact not only India but the rest of the world, is terrorism. A terrorist is a terrorist. He has no religion, he has no caste, he has no politics. We have a good system, whether some of us believe it or not, a good legal system. The process has been gone through. The highest court has given a verdict. We have to believe it, and we cannot play politics into it. We should not be taking a stand depending on which government is in power in which state. Punjab, which is our most prosperous state, suffered a bout of terrorism, very serious one in the 80s, which was brought under control by a firm hand, including that of Mr. Gill. And whoever was guilty of killing innocent people or launching any type of attack has to be dealt under the law. I don't think it is in any way right to introduce politics into it. Otherwise, we will run into circles and nobody will ever be reaching the finality of justice. So whatever the justice is given, we should not play politics into it under the assumed threat that if we do this, then this will cause a lot of problem. If it causes a problem, then the problem has to be controlled. You can't run away from it. But you can't say in 2009 the same state government says something else in 2012 because the political party, different parties in power. Terrorist is a terrorist. He was a terrorist in 2009. He is a terrorist in 2013 also. So the law must take its course, and the execution, if the Supreme Court has dictated or judged must be gone through.